To me, the United States President Donald Trump is not happy about black rule in South Africa. It's almost like he wants to bring it back to apartheid rule. People remember in 1961, with the help of the Central Intelligence Agency, they located and arrested Nelson Mandela. He was sentenced in 1963 to life imprisonment. He served 27 years in prison. He remained on the United States terrorist watch list until 2008. That was 14 years after he was elected president of South Africa and 9 years after he left office. He was 90 when they took him off. So Donald Trump, it's almost like he wants to bring it back to the apartheid times. He's not happy that South Africa right now is black rule. Look at the lies he's saying about white genocide in South Africa. You will never hear this man speak about a true genocide that is taking place right now in Gaza with weapons supplied by the United States. By him in Gaza right now, it's almost 30,000 dead children in Gaza. Israel right now is using starvation as a method of war. This is a war crime. This is a true genocide, which he is not gonna talk about. Right now, in Palestine, it's like about officially almost 70,000 dead, which everyone knows unofficially it's probably 200,000 dead. He's not talking about that. That is the true genocide. They have a lot of crimes in South Africa which will be sorted out, but what's going on in South Africa is not a genocide. Talk about what's going on in Palestine, Mr. President Trump. That is the true genocide. And it's all about Elon Musk too, because right now he wants Starlink in South Africa, and the EFF is concerned about the national security of South Africa. Because as you know, if you control the internet, you can also control the population. And Starlink is like an internet service. And he wants internet by Starlink in South Africa. And that is also a problem. Now we are going to go over to the EFF's X account and watch this video of this interview that one of their member of parliament did on the South African Broadcasting Corporation. Let's go.
The Economic Freedom Fighters, the South African political party that became center of these discussions yesterday at the briefing by the US President and South Africa's President. Nqobile Mhlongo is EFF Head of International Relations, a member of the party's Central Command team, and member of Parliament. Nqobile, thank you for making time. How are you this Thursday?
Good morning, Asanda, to you, your viewers, and your live stream listeners. we're doing well as the EFF. In fact, it's a good Thursday to be a member and a voter of the Economic Freedom Fighters. The land issue debate took center stage yesterday at the meeting between the USA and the SA president. Instead of them discussing their diplomatic ties, the leader of the EFF and our revolutionary principle stance became the center of that meeting yesterday. So it's a good day to be a member and a voter of the EFF. We should walk with our chest out and be very proud of ourselves.
During that meeting, Trump played a video featuring the voice of your leader, EFF leader Julius Malema, singing "Shoot the Boer, Shoot the Farmer," followed by a field of crosses with the US president saying it was a burial site of white farmers. The Equality Court in South Africa, and we don't know if Trump did his research on that one, had ruled the song could be sung as it did not constitute hate speech. Do you think Trump was interested at all in listening to what President Ramaphosa had to say regarding this?
The US president, Mr. Trump, was not interested in listening to facts. In fact, he can't say that he's misinformed about what is happening in South Africa. He's got everything at his disposal to access information. He knows for a fact that Kill the Boer, Kill the Farmer song was reaffirmed in the Constitutional Court, which is the highest highest court in South Africa. It was reaffirmed in the Equality Court. It went to Supreme Court of Appeal. Then it went to the Constitutional Court. It was affirmed that it can be sung as a heritage song because it reminds us of our struggle. So Trump knows that he is not going to agree to a narrative that seeks to erase the narrative he wants to run with. So Trump was not interested in listening to facts. He's never interested in listening to facts. He's interested in running with the propaganda that is given to him by AfriForum and Solidarity Movement to spread lies that there is a genocide in South Africa. Why is he doing that? He is doing that so he can bulldoze South Africa and push us into a corner whereby we then move to agree with any terms and conditions he puts forward and comes to look like a savior when he comes to rescue South Africa from an economic disadvantage that he would have put us at. So he's not interested in facts. He will never be interested in facts. He's pushing an agenda. Why is he pushing an agenda? For he can see that the world is uniting and consolidating economic power outside of the US. The US is used to dominating economy, is used into dominating the military space. But now that they see that we are forming BRICS outside of the US, there's economic activities that are happening, countries are arranging themselves outside of the US, then they feel that no, America is using their grip over some countries. Therefore, they must now move to pull those countries into agreeing to their terms and conditions. That's what it is. It's nothing more. Facts will not work because when he's presented with facts, if he accepts the facts, therefore his narrative that he wants to push about South Africa will not be able to proceed.
What do you make of the way that South Africa responded to that in terms of that Kill the Boer?
And also, Guru family, you have to remember that those cross, she didn't address it, but those cross that you saw President Trump playing in the White House, it's not grave sites, right? It was like a protest or something, and they made some cross and they put it there to represent farmers that lost their lives. So it's not grave sites like President Trump was saying. Even some of the pictures that he was showing that it's from South Africa. It's not from South Africa, it's from like Congo or one of those places in Africa, but it's not from South Africa. He's trying right now to fabricate a genocide. He should talk about the real genocide that he is causing, he is supporting, he is funding, and that is the genocide in Gaza that hundreds, if not thousands, of people are being killed each day by the country of Israel. That's what he should talk about.
Kill the Farmer song, and as the EFF, what voice would you have added?
It was quite embarrassing that Cyril Ramaphosa could not defend the courts that he presides over as the president of South Africa. You will know that judges at the Supreme Court of Appeal, at the Constitutional Court, are appointed by the president. He did not defend the judges of this country. He could not defend our courts, which means he literally did not defend our justice system, because this is a verdict that was given by the highest court in South Africa. He ought to have defended. He was supposed to explain that this song is sang because the court of South Africa and our constitution allows it. He should have explained that South Africa's democracy is based on the constitution. Therefore, the constitution is supreme, and once the Constitutional Court has given a verdict on the matter is deemed to be final, and it is correct. This is our struggle song. He missed an opportunity to explain that the white people of South Africa who are obsessed that they are being killed, they do so for their own fears, because they know they killed our people to dispossess us of our land and our mineral resources and our livestock. Now they fear that since we did not, perhaps in their mind, they thought that we want to revenge. But instead of revenge, we are calling for land to be equitably redistributed to all. So that delegation failed. I don't know why Mr. Ramaphosa took that delegation. Steenhuisen really failed South Africa. He went there to reaffirm Trump that indeed there's farm mothers in South Africa. Even Griff went there to do the same thing, and Annie did the same thing. So really that delegation failed Ramaphosa and failed the people of South Africa, because they went to reaffirm the stance of Trump that indeed there's farm murders in South Africa, which is not true. In South Africa, there's a problem of crime, but the biggest problem of crime is gender-based violence and femicide. There's murders, women and children get killed, and the adult.
And also, Guru family, the reason why these white South Africans have so much farmland, from what I have read, it seems like back in the apartheid times, they used to give these people land to be like a spy for the South African army, right? And military guys could also go on the farms and monitor what's going on in the country and along the outskirts of the cities and stuff like that. So this is why. So the farms, at least, maybe not now, but back in the day, it was viewed as a military entity. And it seems like they were attacked because it was viewed as a military entity back in the day. So that is why these white South Africans have so much land, and it is also said that they also got money, like from the government, to help to maintain this land, because they know that the military would also have access and use of these land. So this is an ongoing problem, and now the South African government is trying to address it
on a daily basis. That's the real crime that is happening in South Africa, not farm murders. We know that farm murders, most of the time, it's not true. It's really not true. Most of the people who actually get killed in those farms is black farm workers, not the farm owners.
As the economic freedom fighters, let's talk economics a bit. What do you make of the pleas that were made by South African billionaire business mogul Johan Rupert, who was part of the delegation accompanying President Ramaphosa, about Starlink, that company owned by Elon Musk, coming to South Africa and how it will help combat crime? Does South Africa need Starlink?
No, definitely. We do not need Starlink in South Africa. And that plea that was made by Rupert, that was the real reason they went there. they went to negotiate for billionaire Elon Musk to bring his Starlink company. This halapalu that there's a white genocide in South Africa is done because Elon Musk is frustrated. He wants to bring his Starlink company into South Africa and bypass BEE laws, Black Economic Empowerment laws, that are laws of the Republic. So we must remind Ramaphosa and his delegation that he does not hold unilateral executive authority.
So this is also an issue because I guess in South Africa, whatever business is coming in has to be 30% South African owned. So you know Elon Musk, he's not gonna want to give up 30% ownership of his company to a South African. So this is also a problem where, to me, Elon Musk is using the United States to kind of bring South Africa to its knees so that they can get their way and he doesn't have to give up any of Starlink ownership. So this is what's going on. It's also about money. It's always about money.
Authority to scrap laws that are made by the Republic. He must come to Parliament if he wants to reverse any law.
Yeah, so now he wants the South African government to change this law so he can get to operate in South Africa without giving up any ownership of Starlink.
Laws that the Republic has passed, and we can tell him for free he's not going to pass in Parliament. We are not going to allow it. There will not be BEE.
And the EFF, Julius Malema, they are gonna stand firm so that he either give up 30% ownership of his company or he does not operate in South Africa. So the EFF is gonna stand firm on this one.
Laws that get to be scrapped in order to accommodate Elon Musk. It's not going to happen, that thing. So we heard the agenda from the real president of the state. It was clear yesterday that Johan Rupert is the president of South Africa. He says, we are here to beg you, please come and help. The man was begging. He was on his knees. I've never seen Johan Rupert begging. But because he was with his master, the men who support them, who made them what they are, he went to beg for Starlink. They said they are there to reset diplomatic ties, diplomatic relations. But then it turned out that they were there to beg for Starlink to come to South Africa. We are going to be watching it with keen interest. We can guarantee Elon Musk, he must not even bother to apply, because
Right.
we are going to oppose it. His company is not going to come and operate in South Africa if they are going to disregard our BEE laws.
Thank you, Mobile. We appreciate your time and for joining us here on Channel Africa.
So please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Leave your thoughts below. Always want more and make sure you are worth more. Watch another video and I will catch you in the next one.